Stay tuned and let's check out this Mezco 1/12 Collective The Inhumans box set with Black Bolt and Lockjaw. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Today's something a little bit different, but still within the Marvel universe, as I'm going to be taking a look at this Mezco 1/12 Collective, the Inhumans box set with Black Bolt and Lockjaw. Now, I don't usually dive into the Mezco world, just not a collection I have. I have a couple, but again, not really something that I collect. However, this box set was definitely intriguing as it has a very impressive looking Lockjaw that would scale beautifully with my Marvel Legends. So essentially, that is what I've brought this for. But I didn't buy it alone. If anyone's been watching my live streams recently, every Thursdays at 8 o'clock UK time with my good friend Brandon, aka Hero.Collections, he is building the Illuminati in figure form for Mezco. So he needed Black Bolt and I wanted Lockjaw. So we went halves on the set. I'm going to keep Lockjaw. He's going to keep Black Bolt. But I thought I'd do a review before I sent Black Bolt his way. And knowing my luck, by the end of this review, I'm going to wish I kept him. But we shall see. And it should be fun to take a look at this anyway. So the box is massive. As you can see, it takes up my whole table. It is a slip cover. So the slip cover can come off. Beautiful artwork as well, by the way. Let me try and take this off. And colour on the front. And then on the inside, it is just a blue box, again, with Black Bolt and Lockjaw. Again, 1/12 Collective up there, Marvel logo down there. There's another Black Bolt on the top, a different picture on the back as well. And then inside, we have the figures, and it's very nicely packaged as well. So Black Bolt is here in this separate section like all Mezco figures usually are. And Lockjaw is packed away very nicely in this foam. So let me open these up, get them out, and let's take a look at these figures. Pow, and here we have Black Bolt and Lockjaw out of the box, and wow, this is a beautiful box set. Honestly, really impressed with this. Yeah, I'm selfishly going to look at Lockjaw first, but of course we're going to look at Black Bolt, compare him to the Marvel Legends and all that good stuff, but I'm just going to put him to the side for now because I just cannot get enough at this. I actually ran downstairs and showed this to my missus and told her that I finally brought her a dog, but she wasn't that impressed, but I am very impressed. This is beautiful. So it's nicely packaged, by the way, in that foam because it's quite heavy. Like he's a pretty heavy dog, so it means it's good quality. The head pops off. And it does come with batteries, so you can put the batteries in there. I've obviously already done that. There's an on and off switch, so I'll turn the lights off and show you that. So the head pops in there on a double ball joint, so the head does have a bit of wiggle room. So as you can see, you can get him into some sweet poses. So he looks pretty sweet. He doesn't look as ugly as he does on the box. I know that sounds a bit harsh, but the box art made him look a little bit funky, but he looks like quite a sweet dog here. So you get some nice motion there to sort of show some emotion on the dog. And yeah, the head can look up, he can look down. And then as you'll see, as we swing the figure around, he's actually got joints all over. So the waist is in two parts, so you can get a little bit of movement, not a lot, but there's a bit of wiggle room there. And the same with the legs. So the legs, you can actually bend back a bit. There's articulation on the front, so you see how they're there, they're flat like that. Bend them out a little bit. Those ones on the back, though, just go left and right or up or down, however you want to see it. But there is a little bit of movement, so he can move his legs. Same on the front, so you can like get him lying flat, I guess, if you wanted to. I don't want to break it too much, but see what I mean? There is a bit of room for movement. And then obviously you can stand him up on his legs now, get on flat, and he stands no problem at all. As I said, this guy's pretty heavy. Like he's messing up my board there, but yeah, he's pretty heavy, nice weight, but as I said, it makes it seem like good quality. So let's zoom in just real quick while he's there. As I said, he looks pretty sweet, doesn't he? Look at the detail on this, by the way. Beautiful paintwork. It's like the brown with a dark shadow in shade on the fur. The fur's sculpted on every single element as well. And the joint is like seamlessly, because he's like got fat rolls, so you can't even tell that the hole is there for the ball peg. So like it's just seamless. As I said, there's the gap, but look at this, beautiful. He looks quite sweet, as I said. And again, because you can tilt the head, sort of shows emotion. There's glint in his eyes, of course they shine up, and I'll show you that in a minute. The nose is a little glossy, as you'd expect a dog's nose to be. Yeah, this is beautiful. I'm not even a dog guy, people. I don't have any pets, but I'm very happy to have Lockjaw. There's a tail, no articulation on that. It's just one solid piece. But yeah, all the way around, people. All the way around. Look at that. Even the underbelly has like a lighter shade on there, and the feet are actually painted as well. So you can see his paws. Very nicely done. So this is beautiful. As I said, I wanted this to fit in with my Marvel Legends, so of course I'll scale him up to some Marvel Legends. But yeah, this is magnificent. So let me turn off all my lights. So give me a second. All right, turning them all off. Turning them all off. And let's light him up. Let's light him up, shall we? Okay, bear with me. Okay, can you see that? There he is. He's glaring. So the camera might not be showing it up too much. Let me turn up my ISO. And there you go. Not bad at all, people. Not bad at all. Honestly, better in person than it probably shows in camera. But you turn the switch on. Obviously, his eyes glow blue. And then that top piece is white. So yeah, very nice. So I hope it comes across well on camera, but I think it's beautiful. Looking good. Obviously, I'm going to do a better black bolt comparison in a minute, but I just wanted to answer my own question. First and foremost, he 100% scales with Marvel Legends. So there is your Marvel Legends black bolt. There is Lockjaw, the Mezco Lockjaw. So if you're like me, you want this set just for Lockjaw, make it happen, because that scales beautifully. And I love Hasbro, I really do, but I very much doubt they're going to do a better Lockjaw than this if they ever get around to it. But yeah, this is beautiful. Moving on, let's take a look at the Black Bolt figure himself. So this is essentially Brandon's figure. So I promised Brandon to be very careful. Oh, I'm joking. It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. I promise you, it's in good hands. So it's Mezco. I'm not too familiar with Mezco, but I do get the fact that it's sort of like an articulated body underneath, sort of like a jumpsuit, if you will. And the first thing I want to show you is one of Black Bolt's sort of trademark look. So if I articulate the elbows all the way up to 90, which is beautiful, by the way, you can see that he's got his trademark wings underneath in a sort of like cloth material that attaches to the forearm and to the side, and they fold out very, very nicely. So that works really well. Like, so if I fold it down there, you'll see they actually fold up under the arms. They don't look sloppy. They don't stick out too much. Works very nice. So obviously you want to be careful articulating your arms that you don't rip or tug on this, but it does fold out very nicely. You can see all the creases there as well. So it definitely gives a better silhouette for Black Bolt. So if I turn it there, you won't see them sticking out. And if we look at the Marvel Legend, you turn him, he's got those plastic wings sticking out constantly. So obviously this Black Bolt definitely has the advantage of having the sort of cloth material underneath the arm. So that works very nicely. And of course, it doesn't hinder the double jointed the elbows there as well. He does have double jointed knees as well, in case you wanted to know. But let's zoom in and take a look at that body. So as I said, it's like a Mezco base body with like a jumpsuit on. And it's like a dark sort of black, sort of dark blue jumpsuit with like this vinyl texture on to sort of give all these patterns, and it shines very nicely under the light, so you can see the break in the pattern for like the material of the actual jumpsuit, and then the sort of vinyl textury look for the pattern. But it works nicely. You can see all the elements. I don't know how well it comes across under my lights there, but it's definitely sectioned off with the blue sort of pattern as well. And the only plastic pieces that are on the actual body are the knee pads. They're a solid plastic piece, the boots, of course, and then the wrist gauntlets and the hands, of course. So yeah, it's like a jumpsuit with a few plastic elements, but it works out very, very nicely. Looks really good. On the back as well, you can see the seam is really seamless, really is. You can't even tell it's there. So it looks very nice. You can't tell it's like a cloth suit, if you will, even though it is. But yeah, looks good. So there you go. You can see some of the light shining off some of the pattern. But yeah, let me zoom out just a tiny bit. And as I said, I've already showed you the double jointed knees. There is a bit of an ankle pivot, but not great. And I don't want to stretch it too much. I'll leave Brandon to play with that. But there is a hinge as well on the ankle that goes up and down decent enough. The hinge on the hands is standard Mezco, so you can get it side and side or up and down. You just got to manipulate it a bit. There seems to be a ball joint on the neck as well on the head, but the ball joint on the neck doesn't move too crazy, but there is some movement there. You can see the neck moving there, but the head articulation is nice enough. Up, down, side to side, tilt. Nothing crazy, but you should be able to get him in a decent flying pose maybe. Just got to manipulate it a little bit. But yeah, don't want to tug on it too much. But still, overall, solid body, solid buck. And let's check out these head sculpts. So there's the first one, very nice, very simple, whited out eyes. The helmet does have sort of more of a plastically look over to it, and the facial expression seems about right for Black Bolt. Doesn't really convey a lot of emotion in his face. He's trained not to, of course, because he cannot make a sound. So I do like the human sort of face there. I like the tones, I like the subtle colour on the lips, so it looks really nice, to be fair. And of course there's his trademark antenna to match Lockjaw as well. Very nice, and that does stick out from the helmet a tiny bit, but it works very nicely. But the whited out eyes are a nice touch as well. So yeah, that looks good. But he does, just like the Marvel Legend, have an alternative head. And I think this one obviously shows off a lot more emotion, as when Black Bolt's doing this, cities are gonna fall. This guy's a powerful guy. And so yeah, you can see he's screaming there, and the blue is actually in the mouth. He's like, I don't know if he's been drinking WKD blue or something, but there's definitely blue in the mouth to sort of show his power, as well as the sort of translucent blue plastic over his antenna there. So they've definitely did a better job than the Marvel Legends in regards to this head, even though I didn't hate the Marvel Legends. But there's the Marvel Legend head. Again, they went for the blue in the middle, but you can see the sort of difference in real world sort of look the Mezco gives you, rather than the plastic feel of the Marvel Legend. Even though I do like the Marvel Legend, I'm not hating it. It works for the Legends, but the Mezco does have a more real world sort of element to it. But yeah, this definitely going to make the character pop a little bit more on the shelf, maybe using some of the other effect accessories that we get, and I'll show you those in a minute. But I do want to go through some of these interchangeable hands, because they always help sort of show off emotion. So there he has 2 fisted hands straight out of the box, but he comes with 4 different set of hands. So the fisted hands are your first set. Slightly open hands, if you will, for this one. Maybe these are Lockjaw stroking hands, but yeah, these are open palm hands, and they're a nice set. This next set of hands are a little bit more crunched up, if you will, a little bit more angry, if that makes sense. But yeah, sort of like doing the tiger impression, if that makes sense. But yeah, a little bit more scrunched up. And this last set is another open palm set, just a little bit different to the previous ones. So you can sort of have different levels of open hands and sort of different emotions, if you will. I guess the more crunch they get, the angrier he is, who knows, but still, 4 different sets of hands. So as you can see, Black Bolt has no issues at all standing up on his own, very easily done. But with all Mezco figures, you get a very nice base or stand, and that's what we get here with Black Bolt. So this is his with his pattern on the front, like it. There is a peg there, so if you wanted to, you can plug his foot in there, and then he can stand on his base, no problems at all. You do as well, if you wanted to unplug the peg, you get a flight stand attachment with all Mezco figures, which is very nice. What I like though with Black Bolt is that we actually get an extra effect piece. So I don't know how well this is going to come across on camera, but it's like a cone, if you will, to demonstrate Black Bolt's abilities. And what's good about this is that you actually get the pieces to create a smaller extra flight stand. So let's see if we can make this happen now. Let me see if I can get it up for you. So let's go backwards a bit. There you go. So there's your extra flight stand. Might not show up very well in the white background, but you're going to get what's going on here. Here we have his effect piece. Let's plug that in there like so. Now we just need to sort of put him near Black Bolt, I guess. So where's Black Bolt gone? There you go. And there is Black Bolt demonstrating his abilities. So I'll see if I can get it to balance. So there's that. So let me move the camera a little bit. Let me grab the camera actually and show you what's going on here. So there is your extra flight stand that holds this hollow effect piece. And now you have Black Bolt demonstrating his ability. So this is good for some ACBA, or again, you can do some better poses than me, people, but it's always nice to know that you have some stuff to sort of make the character pop on the shelf. But yes, very nice extra sort of display piece with Black Bolt. Here we have our Marvel Legends versus Mezco pose off, if you will. So again, as you can see, they scale very nicely together, to be fair, and the designs are similar, but you can clearly see the upgrading quality. Even though I do really like the Marvel Legend, the Black Bolt over here is a bit more black. It is a dark blue, but it's definitely black as well. I don't know if that makes sense, but still, it's darker, where this one's like a royal blue. The wings are obviously not plastic as well, which really do make a difference. They've both gone for a translucent sort of blue effect here on their sort of antenna. The bubble effect mainly on the Marvel Legends, but I do like the sort of smoky effect here on the Mezco. Both got blue mouths, both got whited out eyes, both very nice Black Bolt figures. Honestly, either of these in your collection would be very nice, but I do think people out there will prefer the quality of the Mezco, but that's what you're paying for. Here we have a more casual Black Bolt comparison, this time without the screaming face effects. And you can see, again, both look very nice, both scale together really well. Mezco's a little bit darker, a little bit more realistic tones, but then if you twist them to the side, you will see the glaring difference. The Marvel Legend has those big plastic wings sticking out the side. Easy to hide when you're posing him like this, but not from the side, where the Mezco one hides the wings very nicely as they are tucked under the arms, no problem at all. So that is a big difference in displaying, but again, both great figures. This one's got pupils in the eyes, this one's got whited out eyes, but still, both look very, very nice. Let's get Medusa in here for a comparison, and as you can see, if you do go for the Mezco Black Bolt, the Marvel Legends Medusa will scare you all nicely with them, and they both look good together, to be fair. I very much doubt we're ever going to get a Mezco Medusa, so Marvel Legends is going to be your best bet, so it's always nice to know that these scale very nicely together, but as you can see, both back bolts still hold up. Let's welcome Lockjaw back to the party. So now we have the Marvel Legends Medusa with the Mezco set of Lockjaw and Black Bolt. And as you can see, these three scale nicely together and I honestly think they look great. Yeah, really, really good. Now we need more Inhumans, please. And I know this isn't how they use Lockjaw, but I still wanted to see if Black Bolt could ride Lockjaw. And the answer is yes, yes he can. Final thoughts, this is a very nice set. If you are a Mezco fan, I'm sure you are going to be happy with this set all the same. But if you were like me and you just loved the look of that Lockjaw and you wanted to know if it will fit into your Marvel Legends collection, let me just say the answer is yes. He will work with Marvel Legends, no problem at all. But he also works with his partner in crime, Black Bolt, who comes in this set, who again is a great figure. And I'm going to accidentally lose Brandon's mailing address and just keep this forever, I think. I knew that would happen. By the end of this video, I'd want to keep this myself. So yeah, sorry, Brandon, you're not getting this now. It's going on the shelf. But as always, people, you let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think Hasbro will ever get round to give us a Lockjaw? Are you like me? Are you tempted to get the Mezco Lockjaw just for your Marvel Legends display? Even though this Mezco Black Bolt is beautiful as well. Always curious to hear your thoughts in the comments below. But you know what to do. You want to support the channel? Then please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Much, much appreciated. You want to support it a little bit more? You can do on Patreon. Links in the description below. But until next time, people, my name is Dan W. And I will, of course, see you on the next one.